The drama will... Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the DA.
Hey, Kevin.
He sure does. Fantastic, David. Thank you. So the New York starting five. Russell is out there with Holiday. Then there's Griffin. Then there's Achua. And it's Ojale in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Trailblazers, Fox is out there with Seth Curry. Then it's Thompson. Then there's Okafor. And it's Simons in at the 4. Greg Popovich, the Spurs coach, Kenny, has talked about how the three-point shot is ruining the game. What do you say when you hear that?
Well, he's a participant of that.
I was about to say, like, he's the one that brought it to the forefront more than anybody.
Of it. But I think overall, yes, because people now take bad threes over good twos. So players don't have worse shot recognition.
I think they took bad twos just as much as they take bad threes. I mean, I'd never forget my college coach said, I had a teammate took a shot. It was a bad shot. And I got on him about it. And the coach looked at me and he said, hey, you know, we don't yell at our shooting guard. He said, I never met a player that took a shot he wasn't trying to make. And that stood with me because you don't shoot it to miss, but that doesn't mean it's a good shot.
Right.
Like to see Fox with that fast, quick decision on the defensive end of the floor.
You look at when you guys played, Kenny, a ton of incredible guards, certainly during your time. Which players gave you the biggest fits when you tried to guard them? Who were the most difficult guys?
Well, I didn't have to guard Jordan, but I know that a lot of people had Mike Mayers before they played him.
Mike Mayers. That's a good one. I like that. Yeah.
But you know what's funny? Like guys like Dana Barris and Mahmoud, they were tough to guard, because they were so small. They could get up under you, and you couldn't really pressure them at times.
It was always the guys that most people wouldn't think about.
Yeah.
Michael Adams.
Yep.
Muggsy Bogues. I hated to be guarded by him too. And then, there were some guys that just had quirky games. Remember, was it Kevin Porter?
Oh, did you play against John Bagley?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Herky-jerky guy.
And with the game of basketball going global, guys, Kenny, we've seen it. It's no longer a cakewalk for a U.S. team to go in those international tournaments and just check the box. They got to compete, and they're going to face some terrific players.
Yeah, well, back in '92 when the Dream Team was formed, it woke the world up. It allowed them to see what basketball at its best looked like. And so now we can imitate that, or we can emulate it, or we can find out who got those guys that good.
That was the plan for the Dream Team. Basically, it was to go and elevate the game of basketball. And that's exactly what happened. Right now, we have all these great players coming in from all over the world.
I don't know if Drew Holiday's an underrated player, but he certainly is underappreciated with the way he can go at you as a two-way guy. He can score, and he can also guard positions 1 through 4.
Kenny, with all the switching now defensively, it's so valuable to have a big man who can pass out of those double teams and make plays for other guys.
Giannis, number 1. Jokic, number 2. LeBron is obviously number 1A. A big guy who can pass because, we forget that he's 6'9", 6'10".
And don't forget about Embiid as a true center.
He has gotten better.
He's a good enough passer. Their problem is they just don't space the floor as well as they need to.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play. That'll put De'Aaron Fox on the line. That one is on Holiday. The Trailblazers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Here's Ojale, and he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. 6 on the shot clock, stolen by Thompson. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. It's tipped. Lets the 3 fly. Here's Achua. And another shot. He lays it in. Achua's got his second basket.
Such a big part of what he does for this team. Just work and work on the boards, generate second chance opportunities, and hopefully convert.
Now, here's Fox. He had a 39-point outing in their last game again. Curry passes to Thompson. Here's Simons, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. "16 seconds left in the first quarter. 2 on the clock. Bucket is good.
That's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Russell left side. The wing jumper off target. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. And recently, D'Angelo Russell, Greg, told us about some offseason.
Man, I picked a lot of people's brains, going into.
Greg doing what he can do to reach that immense potential.
The talent is there. There's never been a question about that, but you also have to be reliable and accountable, both to yourself and to your team. Sounds like that's becoming his focus.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
Here are the 5 New York has to start here in the second. Griffin is out there with Achua. Then it's Holiday, and there's D'Angelo Russell, and it's Ojale in at the small forward. Here's Simons. His second miss, now 2 of 4 on the game. Kenny, of course, you were nicknamed the Jet for a reason. Who do you think is the fastest player right now going end-to-end in the league?
With the ball, right now is De'Aaron Fox with the ball. Russell Westbrook is probably just...
Ben Simmons isn't too far behind them either.
But he's more speed and power.
Yeah.
But in talk about...
But
I had a thing one time, and it was they scored. The team scored with 7 minutes and 17 seconds. I scored. It was 7 minutes and 15 seconds.
Two seconds.
And it was only on an outlet.
Yeah.
It wasn't a long pass.
You got it in stride.
In stride, and then 2 seconds later.
Wow.
So De'Aaron Fox could do that.
That's fast.
Yeah. That's jet-like.
Thus the name. Here's Holiday after the basket by De'Aaron Fox. And here's Holiday. Here's Achua. And he makes good on the layup. Achua's got 6 points.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Okafor trying to get open. And Fox gets it to go.
Fox just found a little bit of space there, and he burned the defense.
Russell passes to Achua. Back to Russell. Outside Holiday. Connects from 3-point range. Holiday's got the lead up to 2 now for New York. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
Kenny, always fascinating to get your take. We sure appreciate you coming by.
Man, it's great to be here, man. Thanks for having me, man. Happy to be here. This is the best studio show up top, but we got the best down here by the bottom.
Are they paying you well? Are they paying you well?
Not as well as y'all are. I tell you, not as well as y'all are.
And Greg, a lot of fun to be joined by Kenny the Jet, huh? As brilliant as he was on the court, he is just as amazing off it.
And, Kenny has this amazing knack for describing what he sees with such clarity. Rare gift, and I'm glad he can share it with us.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first.
Yeah, you could see they were pressing in that one, and the shooting percentages dipped because of it.
Yeah, I'll say anytime you're having trouble getting over that 40% field goal mark, it's probably not going to be your night.
Now here is Holiday. He had a 21-point outing in their last game again.
And it was not a one-man show. That was the best part. He had just as good a game with his passing as he did with his scoring.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
Thompson outside. Fox against Holiday. Pass to Thompson. Over to the wing. Here's Simons. A three-pointer, no good.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Just 4 seconds left now here in the second. Stolen. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. And returning from his sojourn, doing some in-game analysis.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's been one outstanding game from De'Aaron Fox.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
You want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Portland, they've got Klay Thompson, De'Aaron Fox out there with Curry. Then there's Okafor, and it's Simons in at the 4 slot. Griffin looking around. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And it's Simons missing. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Knicks. It's a 1-point game. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Griffin kicks to Holiday. Right wing. Clock at 6. Lets it go with a 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Holiday's got the lead up to 4 now for the Knicks. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
1:56 left to play here in the third, and Thompson throws it down.
Well, Fox with the eyes and ears up that time. Good vision to facilitate.
And I hope kids out there are watching the textbook form on Thompson's jumper.
So many things that you could check the boxes on in terms of the fundamentals of a great shooter. It starts at the base. It's great footwork. You square up. You got a quick release, and you got to follow through. It really is something to watch. And D'Lo has shown that he has an extreme amount of confidence and offensive ability in this league. It's just a matter of finding the right environment.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Fox is doubled. Okafor with the ball. He's picked up by Russell. Here's Fox. Banked in off the glass. Fox has got 13.
De'Aaron Fox having one of those nights where he's feeling it.
Outside, Russell. Pass to Griffin. Another shot. Shot's good by Achua. Achua's got 4 this quarter.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
You know, every coach should show players game tape of how he just boxed out right there. Great job with the footwork and using his body to step to the rebound.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
This is his 2nd trip to the line in this one.
Traditionally, we talk about power forwards. I mean, is that not Blake Griffin? It applies to every facet of his game.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Fox looking it over. Holiday with it. He's got 10. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. The dunk by Achua.
Yeah, you don't want to leave people open when Blake Griffin has vision of the floor. He exploited the hole in the defense that time.
Okafor kicks to Fox. Russell against Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Thompson from long range. And he's good on the 3-ball. 7 points in the game.
Remarkable quickness on Klay Thompson's shot release, giving the defense no chance to contest.
And so it's the New York Knicks in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots.
We haven't given up any resistance.
4th quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. The Knicks leading by 9. And on the floor for New York here in the 4th. They've got Achua. D'Angelo Russell out there with Holiday. Then there's Griffin, and it's Ojale in at the 3 spot.
Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
Stolen by Holiday. And now Russell pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the slam dunk by Russell.
Quick, active hands. Holiday knows a thing or two about collecting some steals.
And it's Fox with the ball for the Trailblazers. Trailing by 13. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. The pass to Thompson. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 6 assists here tonight.
Just such a confident scorer, seeing Klay get into these areas on the floor and still being effective. Got to appreciate that part of his game.
Holiday, the pass to Achua. Back to Holiday. The 3. Second chance effort. He takes it up and lays it in. Achua's got the lead up to 13 now for New York.
This looks like he's got more feel tonight, like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
And Thompson gets it to go. Thompson's got 4 points this quarter.
Never see Klay Thompson react too much. Very calm, very cool, and he's collecting points right now.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. To the paint, here's Okafor. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Russell against Curry. Russell passes to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Well, he's a gifted passer. This is one of his natural abilities, and the instincts just showing off from Russell there.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Here's Thompson. Here's Okafor. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
Now Russell. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Knicks.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game, and I think ultimately that earned the W.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year. Outside Holiday. Curry against Russell. Pass to Achua. Shot clock at 5. Holiday inside the line and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Thompson.
Smart for Holiday to get that shot off even after the hack from the defense.
So Portland ends up going with the new group.
And as much as Holiday brings to your offense, it's his defense that's repeatedly recognized.
Well, when you make all NBA defensive teams and you're smart and strong and quick like Drew Holiday is, I think not only does the reputation start to build, but your confidence in disrupting somebody else by playing that way is something you rely on. Hard to leave any NBA player that wide open from that distance.
Now here is Holiday. So no problem for New York as they get the win. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.